The Barracks.
You're right. The dog was home when you left. You're right. The cat was home when you left. You're right. The fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right. I left my home. I left my home. To join the army. To join the army.
Another day, another episode.
Yes, so, sir.
Been an interesting week over here.
Hey, Chief, it's always an interesting one. Let's go. Let's
start with the process.
Let's go.
I pledged allegiance to the ways and the code of masculinity.
Yes.
Never at any point should the feminine imperative affect my decision-making capacity. And then we go.
We move. Oof. We move, my boy.
Another lady episode. Looking all cool in your merch and shit.
Come on, my dog. Come on.
I guess things are looking up, huh?
Yeah, one day at a time. One day at a time. You know.
Nah. So yeah, let's hope things start looking up now in other aspects of our lives and the society we're trying to operate in. Yeah?
Nah, dog. I think we've got too much work to do. So this is part one of the work that we need to do. Just the convos. And then the action after that.
You know, part of me though is feeling like people are not even trying to have the convos.
Right? So I just push back, dog.
But like, why though? Why people like that?
They don't want to do the work to change, dog.
So they're just gonna sub well the whole time.
That's all, dog. You sub well, you don't work. Gotcha.
Fam, dog. That's not the code that we live by. I don't even understand it, dog.
Yeah.
Most times I'm just heard, I'm like, yo, why are you guys like this, bro? Because you're not working for what you sub well. You're not even working for what you're complaining about.
That's right.
So what are you doing? What must we do?
Me personally, I don't even care. I'll do what you want to do, man. Your outcomes versus the work you put into it.
No, but then that's my problem though. Like, I really want people to understand that. Would say these actions don't lead to the outcome we now.
Yeah.
So do the right actions for the outcome. You see, when you tell people that, you sound like some crazy person or some conceited person, and then when they get the outcome they don't desire, it's like,
now it's outrage on their side.
why? Okay, so let's not do those silly traps. Like,
Dope.
this is not a drill. Right there.
Let's get into it, boy.
Once again, welcome to another episode of the Barracks. Like, comment, subscribe, follow the Barracks SD on Twitter and on Instagram. You know, let's engage.
Yes.
You know, have these convos in real time. So we're speaking on today, bro.
Chief. Chief.
I do know this one's a bit late.
We're going hard these days, bro.
Yeah. Now we have to.
We have to.
Like you say, we have a lot of work to do.
So
now, let's start with the hard work, the grindy stuff.
I think, I don't know how we call it, but we'll just say double standards, just so people can digest it nicely. Just put everything into context.
Bite size.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because there's a lot of things that are just not symmetrical in this society.
Which is weird because people are preaching equality.
Equality, come on. And me, I mean, it's fine. You can want the equality. But equality comes with responsibility.
Equal responsibility, equal accountability.
Accountability, that's the next one. Yeah, because for me, it's all about outcomes. We can all want the same thing, but we won't get the same outcomes.
Facts. Facts, and I feel like he might just want equality when it suits them. It's heartbreaking, bro. It's like, why do you want equality when it serves you better? But now when you really have to be accountable for the other side of that equality, there's a problem.
It's just like this conversation of women wanting a traditional setup where I must do everything.
Yeah.
But you don't want to
be a traditional woman.
Yeah. How does that work?
Again, I always tell you this, but it's about the finessing, bro. Now everyone wants to be in a situation where the other person is being shortchanged. And if you get it right, ideally, the other person would be shortchanged without their knowledge. That's why this channel is a problem.
It's a problem for the mothers, though. Now we're shooting holes.
Watch, do the math. That's the problem. You must do the math. And the math, hey, it's complicated, yes.
It is.
But you must do it.
You have to do it, dog. So you make informed decisions. Informed decisions, dog. It's just like this whole buying experience thing, dog. Right? It's like we want the same money, right? Siyabuka lapha, dog. This was on fire on Instagram.
It's time must be say DM.
Both DM away. She choose away, boss. She's away to both the men there.
Okay. Already, that's when you gauge it according to the sexual marketplace, that means both O's are eligible. Because these bros don't reply to no DMs.
They don't reply to DMs, right?
Okay. Still in the same line.
I'm still on the same line, right? Now we come again. Yo, let me link you. I'm saying, yo, let me link you. And she's like, oh wait, pull up, pick me up. She gets in the way, where we going to eat?
Right. You make a style. Let's say you pick some friends. I say style. Someone
exercises. That's what I must do.
Okay.
Take it to the nice restaurant from Calabash.
Some change here where people must dress up.
There's a dagger next door, my boy. A dagger. Let's do a dagger, dog. You're spending at least 600 dollars.
Facts.
You still gotta buy some drinks.
Yeah.
Do that. Now you gotta take her home. Yeah. Right? Now, the story's not.
Can't happen again.
So yeah, cause blessing was in chat bar. It's like I caught. Yeah, never. It's not over. I'm picking up tomorrow. Find that I've got an early day.
Let's do breakfast.
Pull up.
And those are my types, boy.
You like
Very cheap, my boy.
Pick her up now. Okay, cool. Now she's like, yo, let's swing by such and such. I want to pick up my homie. She's training us. Yes.
What my dad's with that?
Yes. Let's speak on it, dog.
But I know I can do it.
Okay.
I know I can hear it. It's one of two things, right? Security.
Yes.
Security is, okay, I just met this guy. Cool, so I don't know, right? And security again, in the same light, is security of you. That's what I'm from. But if you are there, that cuts that out. Exactly.
Okay.
So pull up.
Okay.
Then again, a test on you and your masculinity / how deep your pockets is. Can you handle? You know? So that's another test you must pass.
You had it right. Bare hurdles, dog. Bare hurdles. Anyway, breakfast now, you gotta pay for the team. It's a nice Saturday. Nah. So, yo, we're trying to go to. We're trying to go to the club tonight, dog.
What's up?
What are you saying? What are you saying, right?
Already you break down over the past 2 days. You really
More than a break, dog. More than a break.
I'm a minimalistic dude, right?
We haven't started talking about your car, Jay, because you're using your car, like. Because if you're Ubering, you're already out there.
You overbreak, yeah. Now we're just talking about money that you spend with her.
Now the homies come through. All right, cool. Go to the clubs. This is where the buying experience changes now.
Yeah.
This is where the buying experience changes because now she sees you in the club. Post the DMs.
Yeah. And I haven't hollered.
You haven't hollered. It's like, yo, DM, what's up? Hey, virus, what's good, dog? And it's like, yo, I'm leaving at 1 a.m. What you saying? Hey. Yeah. I'm leaving at 1 a.m. What you saying? She's gonna come whisper in my ear, yo, chief, I called a cab. We are gonna go. Yes. No. The product is the same, but you got a different buying experience from me.
Why?
Why? Why? Let's have this chat, dog. Be cool.
Okay. I'll start by making this quick disclaimer, yeah? Because these people get so defensive and start to say entitled this, entitled that. But then think about it, like you were saying. It's a buying experience. I put something in. I'm expected to get something out. That's just it. That's the reality. So let's not act like the entitlement doesn't exist. I mean, the initial entitlement was you expecting it in the first place. As a hand. Which is someone must take you out, buy you drinks and buy you food, just to be within your presence.
You were just hungry. You just wanted food.
When you went there for the food, you see.
And you got the food.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you got the food.
Yeah. Well, you see, now the idea then becomes, it seems like the one who pays the most gets the worst buying experience. Situations. You know, because that happens. You see the scenario that you just broke down. I know all my people is gonna understand it because they've been on the giving and receiving end of that. Yeah. I personally have been in both scenarios.
Me too. I've done both.
You see, so it's like bro. So we can't now act like this doesn't exist and it doesn't happen. You know, it's the life that we live.
So now the double standard there is she's already rated you and I before anything's happened.
Differently. Yeah, right.
But now when it's my turn to rate you.
Anzinje already. Same scenario. For me, the certain women that would be like, yo, dog, let's do a breakfast. I'm like, nah, you can't be seen. But now I'm being a bastard when I say that.
Yeah.
We can do the 2 a.m. thing. Pause it. Yeah, let's do that. But now if we have to do something else, that don't fly. I've rated you. And there's bras that you can, if your pocket is heavy enough, you can fly in and fly out.
Of course.
Like really, I don't care how many bricks I spend on this. I'm doing that. Because you rated it differently from all the other parts.
Because okay, already I can see the feminists already. You niggas are just broke or no. Let's negate the money. It's buying experience. Yeah. Let us culminate. Like we all walk into the same store, but we get different buying experiences. Yeah. Imagine now we walk into Sports Scene. We got the same pair of sneakers and we're bringing them back. When you get to the counter, it's a receipt yako, 1,000 rand. It's a receipt yam, 100 rand. How would you feel?
Yeah, definitely. I'm fighting. I'm fighting, bro. Why is that for, you know?
And then the teller says, no, Mr. Masu, you have to pay 1,000 rand. He only pays 100 rand.
But that
is the state of
no, but now, here's what I'm always telling people though. I'm like, okay, cool, bro. I didn't start Chachana as Chachana according. See the fact, see the balance is Chachana, it's okay.
Yes.
Because we are not essentially the same person in any shape or form.
Yeah. Like,
I'm always with you most of the time. But even Namaj, as this thing is going, they rate you differently.
From how they rate you, yeah. The message is the same.
Now, delivery could be different, yes, but overall, you're getting a different experience from what I'm doing. So if that's the case, let's now impose this equality. Pick the perfect word. Impose this equality that they're trying to impose as well, with the same situations with them. Guys, it's not wrong to rate hands.
The world rates them.
Why can't you?
Your Instagram following already is a rating.
Facts.
We booga, you are one. If a hand's got 10,000 followers, another hand has 4,000.
So rating.
What rating? Your outcome is the difference there. It's right there.
Facts. So no one can say, no, that's a lie. Oh, nah, that's now. You've seen it. You do it as well. You are part of the statistic.
Yeah. If you're looking at your Instagram following, you have 500 to find. I'm not even to 10. You can't be a 10. Because that's not a 10's outcome.
Facts. Yeah, because I know double 10. I know what I'm saying.
I heard that. You know.
Okay. Again. You see, this will always go back to the masculinity chat.
Yes.
That we haven't had yet. That we're supposed to have. Yeah.
Still pending. But I think we can find a way to touch on it still.
No. We're just in and out. In and out. Anyways.
We'll digress.
You see, bro. And it's a weird thing that hands do. Like when they rate you highly, they give you the most shit. You know, you have to go through more hurdles when you're better rated.
Really?
Here's why. Now it depends on the rating system, what they're rating you for.
Yeah.
Right? Me, as a virus, bro, you know, it's like, chances are when you rate me in whatever capacity, you're like, yo, this guy won't stay. Like, this guy won't commit. It's just not in his nature. You don't even know who I am. But just because his name is Virus and he raps,
yeah,
it's definitely committed. You know what I mean?
It's a stigma.
So you are more likely to just guide over quickly because you know it's passing by. Ganzi, once you start seeing boyfriend qualities, it's like, oh snap, Buffer's actually chill, man. Let me just, you know, butter him up nicely, set myself up nicely.
Let me marinate the situation.
Yeah, nicely, get the most I can get from it before I have to give something. Because that's how ants operate.
Yeah.
Like, I need to stall giving anything. You know, because they know at the end of the day, fundamentally, dog, like, I don't even think niggas like chilling with hands, bro. Like, it's just like, yo, bro, at the end of the day, you know what's going on.
Yo, bro.
Someone must have.
You know what?
You know what I mean? So it's like, and like, it is what it is. Like, I can't now act like, no, we at fault for that, or what. It's like, yo, it just is what it is.
That's how things go. Always must be emotional about those things. Just understand what it is and move, dog. Because now we're talking about equality, right? I was watching our man the other day, and he's talking about how a hand will say to you, I just want to get to know you. It's the buying experience again.
Yeah.
I just want to get to know you. You know what men's wants.
Yeah.
You know, but you've already told him what you want.
What you want, yeah.
Okay, so it's fine. So now you gotta do the 90-day rule thing. Yeah, boy. You don't want to hear that, dog. You talk.
Nah, I think it's the wound is still fresh. Because here's why, dog. It's like, as soon as you are being given rules and stipulations, it's a wrap. It's a problem. That's negotiated intimacy. Never go for that. Ever. Because here's the thing, bro. These are the O's from the space always say, she breaks rules for the alpha, she makes rules for the beta. See, that's another idea we'll touch on, the beta and the alpha, also masculinity. But the point is, once rules are being made for you, just know you're not the preference at that point. You're not the number one.
You're not the first round pick.
You're the safe bet.
Sure. Boy, you don't want to hear that say.
Nigga, that hurts, bro.
It does, though. Because she's rated you, so I know.
Exactly.
You know, you must be a slave in this
situation.
Yeah.
Because you can be.
Because you can.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
boy.
Because now when she says, no, 3 months, dog. No sex, dog. Just dates. Okay. Here's my thing. Okay,
I'm getting the point elsewhere. It's fine. You can do our date.
That's the first option we have. You say to her, no. Since you won't guide me, someone will guide me. You know how they always say, if you won't do it,
somebody else is going to
it's fine. Guide me, I'll find someone to guide me the quest. But here's another alternative since we're talking about equality for mothers. Now,
within the 3 months.
Within the 3 months, good in game.
Tit for tat.
You want to get to know me, it's fine. Since you are getting what you want at this point, pay for all the dates, pick me up. You plan everything. Then when you are ready to give me what I want, that's when
I can switch. But because now it's like she can't be in a position where she can shortchange you in that situation.
Exactly.
Because the play is always that.
Go change these niggas.
That's the play, though. 95-5. 80-20 at best.
You see, I hate to talk about racism, man. Struggle days, but basically, as it is now, the men are the black people, the women
are the white people.
Yeah,
facts.
They get the best of everything. Facts. We just use these guys. Yeah, what? Just use these hoes.
Inkinga nani ngebhadeni ngalokuthi angade ngilibele noma anandi nani niyayuseka. Yabo, you are not cognizant of the bigger play of everything that's going on. Yabo. Just like the friend zone idea. You see? Already just like, oh, come on.
Yeah, dog. We don't want to hear that, dog.
Yabo. But we take it still. No, but we take it still.
We do.
Yabo.
Have you ever friend zoned the hand?
Yeah.
How did she take it?
No, she took it now, but like, yeah, it's tricky. We take it worse. Because here's what happens. You see, in a friend zone dynamic, whoever friend zones the other person is putting them on the bench. Because it's like that interaction. You are made to play. And then the other person is like, nah, you're not ready. You're on the bench. Sit on the one, exactly. You're not a starter, you're not a star player, you're not a franchise player. Six man, my boy. Now maybe even the 8 man.
Yeah, 8 man. Exactly.
You get like 5 minutes. Every other game in a corner, not all games. Yeah.
Hold that.
You know. With guys, when they do that, it's usually you will say, no, you know what? Genuinely, I'm not attracted to you, mothers. I'm not trying to stand her.
That's true.
So when we do that, it's usually genuine. Like, no, I'm just putting my friends on. It's like, no, I'm not attracted to you.
I'm not trying to use you for you.
Exactly. It's like, just be here, it's cool.
Yeah.
You know? Ganzi, with mothers, most of the time, it's like, maybe later, you might be good for me. Once I've curse.
See, if you're a good guy, dog, hands only come in to bank their check. They only cash their check when everything else has hit the wall and shit didn't work out.
And if you're a good guy, trust me, you fall for it, you fall for it.
Don't be that guy. That's what I want to say to the world. No, it's not fair, though. It's not fair.
It really isn't fair. But you see, here's the weird thing, though. I'm out here preaching all this shit right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, man, I'm like, yo, dog. But I still have a ghost and a demon that I haven't gotten on my back. Gotten off my back.
Yeah.
Would say if that mother says now it's a goal, chances are I might slip and fall. Chances are. Because I haven't fully ejected myself from that situation. The only thing that's helping me now is just the math. It's like, nah, this legislation now. Like,
this doesn't add up, don't do that.
This is not fair to me. Fuck how I feel.
Yes.
That's where we need to get to as well. Nah, fuck how I feel.
Your feelings?
Mathematically, does this make sense? No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. Same thing. But otherwise, the feeling side is like, always a soft again, a spot.
We all have that crutch where if this person says, hey, chief, what are you saying?
When I call on the fuck up, I wouldn't what's in Jack Mele, Ubelcha, we buy again, what you would say, please.
No, so look at this week.
So low.
Yes, but in one of friends.
So I'm a big inside and act like one. Don't do that. No, but then now, though, how? Because the idea of always be the first round pick. Number one. If we're preaching that to homes, that comes with work. Like, yo, but to be the first round pick, you need to be a certain type of. You have to be a dude. We're not all cut from the same club.
Yeah.
Other people can't be the first round.
Yeah, we're talking about the first round, like being a first round pick. This is my view. It's either you go refer to the high value episode.
Facts.
So it's either you become the top 10%. You want to choose from it.
But even the top 20%.
20 is good enough.
Yeah, 20 is good.
20 is good. But the alternative is choose to be with people who choose you. Yeah, because
That's the easier route.
you cut out a lot of stress. You know this person's genuinely here for what you bring to the table and who you are.
Yeah, but that one is complex, bro, because now, if you haven't acquired any status of value, don't let it even be high values, but something that should deem worthy. Already, it's tricky for you. Your options are limited now. There's not that many people who want you because you don't bring that much to the table in the first place.
Yeah.
That's another thing that we need to be cognizant about. Instead of asking us what they bring to the table, you must know what we bring to the table. Only be in a position to ask you that shit because you know exactly what you're bringing to the table.
And it's of value.
Until the issue then becomes what do you bring to the table, and then they make it a chant that they can use to gaslight us with as well. Because it means whatever you bring is not sufficient for you to be asking that shit. Because the general consensus is, like we always say, it's is the leading valuable thing that women need from us, right? Just that, like resources, yes, we can divide resources into certain portions, but guap is important. So let's just say you have guap, right? So if you now ask, what do you bring to the table? They can gaslight you by saying that means you don't have enough guap to accommodate for someone that doesn't bring shit to the table. You see what I mean? Because it's like, you know what I mean though? Because the issue is, I can have 10 drinks to waste on a broad that I just met. I can have 10 drinks to do that. Then the question then becomes, what makes her special from the next broad, from the last broad that I met?
For me to spend
that kind of guap.
Yeah.
The money is not an issue on my side, you see? But now it's about, the person, what experience am I buying? And it goes back to that. What am I buying with that broad? Because at the end of the day, people need to understand it's all interactions between humanity are going to be an exchange of some sort, right? From your friends to your family to everybody. There's an exchange there. You give them something and you take something from them. So let's stop acting like everything is kumbaya, we're not using each other for whatever. No.
You're using me for something.
For something. There's something that you could. The thing is, I could be using you for something that you're willing to give me already.
Yes.
But still, I'm getting something from it. There's value in having you in my space. Speaking to you now, I understand that. Then, I feel like if we do that, then we'll start to understand why, firstly, the genders operate the way they do. And then how individuals operate through different motivations. Because psychologically, we all wired and are pushed by the same desires and emotions to do all the actions that we do. Everything that we do comes from something. And you can break it down to the most basic. When I break it down to the most basic, it's fear and love.
Yes.
And then there are derivatives of that. Sex, revenge, money, power, but all of us operate from those same spaces. No one is exempt from that. So now with that knowledge, then you look at how a person's situation is molded them into being the people that they are. Then you know, okay, they're operating mostly from this and this and that. Then you cater to those needs you good, and they'll be very good to you as well.
Now there's no bad energy, there's no strife, there's no resistance in whatever's going on. It's no. Learning. Let me sort that out quick so that I can
it is what it is. You just carry about that chat, dog. Ain't nobody will start to say no resistance, dog. You don't really can.
Yep, we're rolling.
So, we speak in double standards, also like dating dynamics, the dating space right now, what's driving each gender to move the way they do. Yeah, and there's the big elephant in the room for me. It's like saying, you know what? When Hans says something, it's preference. When we say something, it's prejudice. So basically, women can have a standard.
Yeah.
and it's okay. It doesn't matter how harsh the standard is. It don't matter.
It's okay. Yeah.
We can't. When we have a standard, there's an issue.
Yeah.
It's a big issue.
There's nothing the world hates more than low standards. Regardless of how low those standards are. But the fact that you can identify and articulate them, they all don't like you. They all don't like you. Okay, guys. Going back to how you put it, it's a fucking bad double standard. You don't want a short guy as a hand. You want a tall guy.
Yeah.
But it was about for me that chocolate talk that can answer.
Yes.
That's fine. Yeah. That's your preference. And then I come to you and I'm like, yo, bruh, I don't like fat bitches.
You're overweight, man.
No, you're fat shaming. No.
How am I
my
fat
preference,
shaming? My preference.
I don't like fat bitches. You see? No, I'm just speaking now, just to
give people
articulate the idea. You know, because you know me. I like me some people.
Yeah.
So that's not the point. That's not the point. Now I've given you my preference, but that wasn't the idea.
Yes.
The idea is it's a preference nonetheless. So how is it fat shaming? Because I'm telling you what I like and what I don't like. You know, I've been checking on Twitter just today. It's like, no, focus on what you like instead of what you don't like. But Pella, there has to be a differentiation. So I can't only speak on what I like. I can also speak on what I don't
You
like.
have to speak on what you don't like as well, dog. Isn't it freedom of speech?
So I feel like at times all our freedoms as dudes are kind of infringed upon because we're kind of these like monsters and these animals that just go around and raping and killing bitches, dog. You know, so now fuck us, fuck everything that we stand for.
Y'all can't say nothing.
And already that's toxic in itself, bruh, because all the atrocities that are being performed stem from somewhere. Why aren't you addressing that instead of the acts themselves? And I hate to have this chat because then people always want to react funny when you say things like that. But at the end of the day, let's deal with that.
Yeah.
Not the act themselves. It's like, even with women, their standards being how they are, that comes from somewhere. Back in the day, this wouldn't be happening with dudes.
Never.
Most dudes are being emasculated by women. Now women, you are telling you how to be men. That didn't happen back in the day.
Can't happen.
What changed?
Yeah, no. We spoke about it. What's man's name? Cradle or something?
Kedemuto?
The author.
Yeah, Kedemuto.
Yeah, I think it's him. He was basically speaking about how basically what happened was the Romans were running things. The Roman Empire. Roman Empire was doing their thing.
Yeah.
Fucking up everyone.
Yeah.
Quality society.
Yeah.
You know, everyone was playing their roles. People were good. Then what they did, they gave the women the power and authority in the society.
Yeah.
Right? And what was the result of the Roman Empire?
Crumbled.
The Roman Empire fell.
Yeah.
So his words were, if you want to see something go to shits, give the women absolute power.
And that's, I think, the operative word there is absolute power. Emphasis on absolute.
Because we know someone is going to say,
that's that party, that's that sexy shit. Listen to what we're saying. Absolute power.
Absolute is what we're talking about.
Isn't that what's happening now?
It's exactly what's happening.
How's our society?
You know, because now, men from outshirts, I don't know if I can speak on it, but whatever, dog.
And it's what it is.
You know what I mean? The problem is,
bear in mind, that was the idea and the premise of that was a domestic dispute between him and the mothers. Had nothing to do with his grind.
Yes.
Had nothing to do with anything. Yeah. So, I guess essentially what had happened, this guy just fumbled with the mothers.
he did a madness. He got caught in a madness. Doing the madness.
As most men do.
It happens, right?
No, it happens. But like, what other people fail to understand, even with that situation alone, the cultural disconnect in that situation. Already, untanga, was with the mothers from another space.
Yes. Firstly.
Guananaye. Now he was the coconut type, PJ.
Facts.
Now he was already on that side. Because already, when you look at the initial clip, yo, bro, there's no way you can dress a black man like that.
Yo.
Nah,
you can't.
Nah, bro.
You can't.
You know, and I'm not reinforcing whatever they say is toxic about our masculinity. I'm just saying,
yeah,
you don't do that. Not to a real black man. And he takes it like that.
Again, it just see how a woman treats you and how she talks to you, whether she's angry or happy. It just shows how much she respects you. So she didn't respect men like that. From that clip, I see she don't need, but what we're saying is from that clip.
But the point we're driving at is that then he was screwed from a mishap that happened in his home. That was relevant to his home. Not everything else that happened in his life after that. Just his home. He had to be screwed. That's the thing also again with the fucking cancel culture and everything. It's like, as a man, dog, fuck up in any capacity, speak wrong, do the wrong act. We're not checking you, we're not correcting you, we're killing you.
Yeah, get out of here. But
double standard.
My point is exactly. You know, some hands who are on a mad one, doing a madness. Consistently. But they're still.
Yeah, they're still allowed to drive.
How?
They're encouraged.
You understand? It makes no sense though. It makes no, but again, it just goes back to the quote. It's about the absolute power.
Bruh, I don't know. Tough. Because clearly we'll never get to a situation where things are balanced and there's a sense of equilibrium in our society, right? There's always going to be someone that's above the other, if we're being honest.
Always, yeah.
You know? And right now, the scales have tipped all the way. You know, and that's cool. Whatever. It's just that, yo, but is it working for the society? Because you see, though, if we're happier, we're richer, everything was alright under this system, I wouldn't be talking about anything. I'd be very happy.
Yeah,
the system is working, it's functioning. But is it? You are the most free, most unhappy. What was the point of the freedom?
The equality I said. It's a results. I'll just call my results. But I mean, I always say, in what's going on, in my view, with this whole double standards and whatever. Women participate in the double standards that they cry about. That's another issue.
Fact.
Right? So if you're all about equality, when you come into the club, dog, and you come in for free, say no. These other girls are paying, I must also pay. But you don't want to.
Nobody wants to give up their privilege. I would say some people would even argue, would say, part of this channel is based on that. Which are refusing to let go of our privilege. And it's like, no, bro. Dog, you know, the story of masculinity right now.
They don't want me.
No, but it's a rap already.
Yeah,
it's a rap. All my niggas have been captured. RIP. So all you motherfuckers.
RIP.
All my niggas, come on, dog. Come on, dog. All my niggas have been captured, dog. It's a rap. And it's cool. We're not fighting that. We're just saying, yo, O's, but understand that you've been captured, dog.
Yeah, dog.
You know? That's a hostile environment for you, bro.
There's no good outcome for you.
Accept that.
There's no good outcome.
I want to buy a sacrificial lamp.
That's fine.
Do that, dog. But know what you're fucking doing. Because that's been the trick. It's like how black people were subjugated by white people in the first place. Strip them of their identity.
Yep.
We've been lost ever since.
It's true.
Now we have to redefine who we are based on knowledge that they took from us and we packaged it back to us.
And now the structures that are put in place, it's exactly what's going on now. Why are you telling me that, dog? Why?
Just as when you say anything, okay, now Mr. Operator Kanjani. Don't say anything about us. We won't say anything about you. How will you operate now?
It's not going to work. It's not.
Because you see, if we go all the way there, it's like, yo, fuck you. Don't say shit to me. Fuck me, I won't say shit to you. When they're like, we never get to address anything. Hey, bro, like I was saying, bro, we don't have an ally. Particularly as black men, right? Now, to start with the initial point, now see, a woman's standards are a preference and then ours is prejudice, right? I'll connect that to what I just said about us not having allies. Let's think holy matrimony. Think vows.
Yeah.
Thick and thin, sickness and health,
Yeah.
rich and poor. I lose my job right now.
Come on.
My wife will leave me.
Come
She's
on.
justified for doing it.
Oh, she's justified.
Right? She get fed on me, I can't leave her.
Ew.
Why? I'm the scum of the earth.
You are the scum. Very dog.
You know?
You never loved me in the first place.
Who did I marry that? If I married you that way,
Did you marry me or my soul?
did you marry my soul or my money?
Come on. Let's have the convo.
One, those standards equated.
Now, remember that
I was going there now.
Let's go
Because
there.
I had to use the body one because like that one is adjustable.
it's adjustable.
Whatever.
Yes, yes.
Now
yes.
that other hand burns and everything.
Yeah.
So now it's like
So let's lay out the convo. I'm sure you've seen it on the net.
yeah,
Two attractive people. The lady was a model, beautiful.
yeah.
They got married. Into the marriage, she got some serious burns, disfigured her, everything, brought her up basically,
Yeah,
right? And man still stayed.
yeah.
And they asked him, yo, bro, how'd you do it? Like, and he said, no, I married her soul, not her body.
Okay.
Now, I posted that,
Yeah.
and the mothers, obviously,
You have to tackle
of course, the mothers were
Why?
cheering.
Because so yeah, boy. So now your hand leaves you if you lose your guap, but you can't leave her if she gets fat. Okay. You marry a hand, that's proper and fly. You fly as well, Zako. She gets third-degree burns,
Yeah.
and you don't leave her. You say you married her. So you know what? I'll say this. That's noble.
Yes.
That's very noble, at least as far as how society is going to perceive it. And now with how you look, Labandri, it's like, oh, sure, more the cool
That's a
guys.
solid guy. Yeah.
Then again, good guys always finish last if they finish it all. Now, I'm not saying in that situation you should have been like, hey,
I'm out.
it is what it is. Nah, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But now let's not praise that like it's what it should have been. At the same time.
Let's not praise that.
Nah. Let's not call it what it's not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was just a noble act. An act of loyalty.
Because I'm saying, out of 10 guys, how many guys are doing that?
No, for me it goes back to the vows thing. That's why I'm fussy about marriage. I'm like, yo, you people don't take your vows seriously. I lost my money, you left me. So when you get fat, I'm fucking leaving you. Burns, even worse. Not to be an asshole.
Yeah.
No, I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
Even if I get divorce rate, it's fine.
You take
But I don't want to
yeah,
do
no,
that.
I hear
Because
that.
it's the thing of
I hear that.
why are we forced to stay with women that we're not even sexually attracted to anymore? When the fundamental role of doing all those things and getting into those spaces is because you're attracted to this person in whatever capacity.
Yeah, no, it's tricky. It's very tricky. And then you look like a bad guy if you say, nah, me, I'm out, dog.
Yeah,
You're the villain, dog.
I'm telling you now, all guys that are happy and flabby are the guys that are willing to be bad guys. I only realized now when I got older. I promise you.
Yeah.
Guys that are willing to be called names and be like, nah,
Those guys are at peace.
those are the guys that are happy. Because at the end of the day, I picked my hell. I chose what I wanted to do. If it
It
doesn't
wasn't
work,
imposed on me. Yeah.
but all these standards, being noble, being the white knight, that's the problem. A lot of my O's are white
You
knights.
need to stop that, bro.
You can't stop that if you conditioning is beta and
It's beta, dog.
and blue pill.
Yo, the
My
beta
boy.
item, dog. Because now I'm thinking about, again, going back to the buying experience, where this hand is a 10, dog. She's in her 20s, nicely, 21, 22, 23, 24, peak years. On a mad one, doing a madness with all the madness. All the O's, right? And then I decide to wife it after the madness. And then on top of that, she puts on a couple 20 kilos now. Now, dog, there's a lot of things that I'm being shortchanged on. Number one,
The madness, you like
the madness.
Number one. And then you said, okay, fuck the madness, I'll take it.
I'll take the madness.
Now you have pounds.
Yo,
Couple of kilos.
couple kilos, dog. So now you're not getting the best version of her looks wise. You're not getting the best
Best of her sexually.
sexually.
Yeah.
Now she's giving it to you out of obligation,
Yes.
not out of desire,
Yes.
right? So my wife is giving me a 6 out of 10 when it comes to this. Like, he's my husband. He's paying the bills. Fuck me. Then she just lays there.
Chicken style.
Come on, bruh. But for you, she dress up, lingerie, shaved, brush teeth, nails done,
Vibes, dog.
leather pants, heels. You know them ones.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trauma. When I saw Tora Loxel,
Hey, dog.
umpateleni inkomo
Bruh.
uyekhaya.
Can't no. No.
No, but then it is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Because yabo bebengri kanje nenye mothers ukuthi hey, you know, sometimes it's like, you know what? We've all done some shit. We've all been through some shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, you know what, bro? Rather the person whose shit I'm oblivious to because they were not in my space when that shit was going on.
Yeah.
So meaning when I see you and when I meet you, you're someone new to altogether.
I'm not
We
connecting.
have no previous links.
I'm not connecting to
Anything.
a madness, to some foolishness.
Sending me info later, but it's irrelevant because it won't hit the same as knowing.
If she's the missus.
The thing is with the missus thing is tricky. That's why we don't go there in the first place. That's why we don't go there in the first place.
Because I'm saying even the whole thing of calling the hands hoes, right? And they're like, nah, but you guys are hoes as well. And it's like, okay, right? Now we're talking about bodies. Okay? Body count. I always ask hands. Wuti, there's 4 people you're choosing from. There's the guy with 1 body, 2 bodies, 5 bodies, and 10 bodies. It matters is not choosing this one. Trust me.
Yeah. And out of not seeming a type of way, they're not choosing the last body.
They're not choosing the last one.
So it's between the two.
It's between
5
the
and 2.
5 and 2. Chances are she'll take the 5.
Yeah.
Chances are a lot of the mothers will say, you guys will comment and let us know. Right? Now I always ask the homies.
Then flip it with the whole.
Now I'm flipping it to the homies, but it's the same thing. There's 4 girls, there's 1 body, 2 bodies, 5 bodies, and 10 bodies. The guys are not choosing the girl with 10 bodies.
Oh, now it's already minus.
Phone.
Yeah.
That's a phone.
Yeah.
And this is why mothers will lie to you and say, I've got 5 bodies, yet she's got 30 bodies.
Yeah. Bro, you know, multiply by 3, my boy. At all times. Whatever number you get, boy, multiply by 3. So if they got you 3, you know it's 9 or 10 at least.
And the double standard exists because we don't choose each other based on.
No, I'm gonna say it's like this, bro. We pick women based on their past, they pick us based on our future.
Sure.
Yeah, well, and now, the past, value for me, it's your sexual past. But for her, the future is my earning potential and how great I can be. Either through or with her helping her hand, or just from her seeing me the way she sees
The way she
now.
sees you.
Because other hands know, it's no, bro. Yeah, like you were saying the other times, like, yo, he's here now.
Yeah.
But if I just pop, touch him here and there, he's going all the way. There on that. You know, because for me, it's like, oh, okay, cool. 2 bodies. You haven't been polluted that much. Your essence hasn't been contaminated too much. It's just two kids. So I can still impact some of me and you. Right? Because that's the whole point. I'm never gonna be in love with you. I'm just gonna be in love with the reflection of myself. And the more that reflection is congruent, the better for us. That's why the purity was important back in the day. Because even if you're not me, when you come later, so comes
yeah.
So 10 bodies?
Yeah. 10.
See? And we don't want to reinforce the whole thing of slut shaming and bodies, what, but trust me, they count. And that's why those down. That's that. So don't bitch about that.
Don't
bitch about that. Just move properly. Now, but if you've already caught the bodies, that's the issue. That's why a lot of people are mad. No, that's why a lot of people are mad. Because now, we are approaching our 30s, dog. Niggas been moving mad since 16.
For time.
Yeah. So, who are we moving mad with? Hands.
Yep.
Those are our peers at the time.
Our peers.
Yeah. So now you clocking 30 also. And you're like, the madness has been crazy. So that's why you're gonna advocate for all this shit.
For all this, bodies don't count.
Because you know.
Take me as I am.
Take me as I am, why? Because you know we got 35 on. Before 35. 35 by 35. So you're gonna advocate for that shit. Because now I told you are clean, you've got 2.
You're good. And you don't feel a way about us saying it because
you know.
Grand, dog. You understand? Because I always ask the question, okay, when you're a single mom now, you've got 2 youths. Yeah? You've got 2 baby daddies. 2 baby daddies. But you want him to marry you. Now there's bodies involved, number 1. There's wombs involved. There's evidence of bodies, number 3. But I must pick you. But if you had a son, you wouldn't want your son to bring you home. Why won't you try that on me? Why try that on me?
Why do I deserve the worst buying experience? That was very emotional of you. It's like, now you understand why I'm so passionate when I speak about these things. Because I'm like, yo, you cats don't see this shit.
You're not seeing it, though.
You cats don't see this shit.
I even asked the other mothers that day, I'm like, yo, when you don't want any rules in this world, okay, sharp, do your no rules. But now you have a brother. And he comes home with a girl who's been moving mad in the streets.
That you know.
The streets have been mobbed with her dog. You have, but utamyekela mputu wako, but me, and the society says so as well, Jack. Jack, let me choose what I want and say guy.
I don't think it comes down to that, dog. And unfortunately, as the O's, this is a message to you guys. To be able to choose what you want, you must be what they want. Then you have a choice. So you must take what you get, my boy.
Dog.
Take what you get, and trust me, what you get is never what you want.
Never. Oh. I don't know. That was a stern ending to another controversial episode of the Barracks.
But it hasn't even fully ended. I'm just like, yo, there's so many double standards we need to address.
Yeah. Another part 2?
I don't know. I guess let's leave it for part 2. Actually, let's leave it for part 2 and make sure that we do the part 2. Let's start with this part 2
before we do the other
part 2. Because now I already know where this chat was going.
Yeah.
It's just that now we're dealing with different dynamics and all these other variables that we have to you know, have to accommodate for. Yeah, but this one gets a part 2.
Fully.
Yes?
Nope. Nope.
I guess it's a wrap then.
It's a wrap. We out.
Another episode of the Barracks. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Follow Barracks SD, Twitter, Instagram. Shit, yeah, I don't memorize this whole thing. Alright, signing out.
Salute.
The Barracks Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe.